Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video. If you're new here today, my name is Betty. Welcome to AZ family. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and if you've been a subscriber for a while now, I really do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are amazing, and yes, I'm so grateful to have you. So guys, yesterday watu wa Kenya, watu wa TikTok, people who watch the TikTok about the Carango issue, Carango and his wife, people in Kenya, you guys slept late, yeah? And I brought you that tea right here. If you haven't watched that video, it's here in my my love videos. You can watch it. I have it, the whole complete, the whole tea. Dhamos mzima ya chai iko hapa kwa YouTube, yeah? If you go to my YouTube channel, you will see it. The live, if you haven't watched, the whole conversation between Carango and his wife, I brought it right here. And on this video, I'm just gonna summarize everything. Like, you know, we listen, we don't judge, but sometimes we judge a little bit. So, if you did not watch that live, let me tell you some of the issues that Trizah brought to Carango's attention. She was like, no, I am not happy with this. Number one issue was Trizah asked her husband, my dear husband, because I'm your wife of 13 years, when was the last time you slept at our matrimonial bed? When was the last time you gave me my conjugal rights, me and as your first wife? Mr. Wonderful did not know what to say. So Mr. Wonderful was like, it's been a while. And she said, tell us, how long? He was like, it's been a while. It's been a year, guys. Can you imagine? You are married, your first wife, you are only 34 years, and for a whole year, your husband haven't touched you. And that is a husband. You know, that is not right. You know, I feel like that's so unfair. Even if he's marrying a second wife, he should consider her. She has needs. And that's why people get married. You know, like married people tell me, why do people get married? Do you get married because of cows and goats and chickens and material things? No, I feel like people marry for more than that. People marry, you know, for more than that. People, if we are talking about cows and goats and everything, we can all get them, you know. But why do people get together? That union, you know, you are the father of my kids, but my kids has never seen you. Watoto hawajakuona for a whole year. Haujalala. You want to show up for you know, he shows up for an hour or two, and then he goes back to Nairobi. So issue number one, and the main, I feel like that is that's a huge issue right there. Carango doesn't touch his wife. Carango doesn't sleep in their matrimonial bed. Carango doesn't spend quality time with his family. Number two issue is because Trizah, the first wife, feels that this second wife is taking all the anachukua mamlaka yote, you know. She feels like it's not fair because they met 3 years ago. They met a couple of years ago, and now she's everything to him. And the woman is like, oh my goodness. So Carango says, I had to go to her place because kwako hauko unanipatia money. Every time I come to your house, you used to complain, you know. That's what he said. He used to go to Trizah home, and Trizah was like, no, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. And you know what, guys? If a man is having an affair and having you know, having an affair, how are you gonna celebrate? How are you gonna be so happy when he shows up? You know so well he's been there with women. How are you gonna be so happy when he shows up? So that was another issue. So Carango said he moved him with his second wife because that's where he's getting the peace and the joy and all the good stuff. And he said they have never fought. They have never had an issue with this second wife. And when he goes to his first wife, they have issues. But he says he's not ready to let her go. he want to stay married to Trizah because he wants Trizah to take care of the kids and take care of the animals, you know, like their cows and goats and the shamba and the shop and the Now, another issue is Trizah asked him, my dear husband, what car does your second wife drive? So Carango was like, you know what, and I guess he's very honest. He said, or he's dumb. He said, oh, my second wife drives a Harrier. Well, the new model Harrier, Harrier babies do drive, baby girl is driving Harrier. What about me, your first wife? What am I driving? And he said, why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? What is your problem? I bought you a Demio way before buying her a Harrier. So, she deserves a Demio or a Kadudu. She's driving a Kadudu and she has 3 kids with him. And the second wife has just 1 child and not with him. He has a child and driving a Harrier. Who needs a bigger car? I believe Harrier is more spacious. It's more roomy. So the first wife needs a Harrier too, because how are the kids and the wife gonna be comfortable in this Kadudu? And he said, don't complain because I bought you a pickup. You know, nimekununulia pickup ya kubeba hii mezigo. You know, now you have a pickup. You have a Kadudu and a pickup. Okay, fine. Now, another issue is, where does the second wife live? She lives in the city. She lives in anaishi bypass huko Tao. Na mimi naishi, you know, the first wife now lives where? Trizah now lives in Gatondo, in the village, with cows and goats, and she's not comfortable with that. She's not happy with that because she has never chosen to live in Gatondo. If you give her a chance, Mr. Wonderful, she will live where? She will live in the city. She will ataishi bypass. And you know, she said, you know what? Let her switch. Let me live in bypass. Let her come and take care of the animals in the village. And he said no. So we continued listening to them, you know. And Trizah said, when did you pay dowry for the second wife? Because I was not aware you paid dowry. And he said, yeah, I paid dowry. She's my wife. She is a goat wife. And Trizah said, there is no way we can be both goat wives. You know, it's either she's a second wife or, you know, like there is no way they can be 2 goat wives. Guys, is there a way they can be 2 goat wives? That is a crazy. You know, there has been a nyakiabi and nyakiaboli, but you cannot say we are both goat wives. I'm your goat wife. Don't go telling people to the near to me aqua or the near to me aqua boli. You know, like it's so sad. It's so unfortunate. I feel like Carango needs wisdom. As much as we're talking here, this man needs a lot of wisdom. He's not a very wise man. You know, having money and having all these, having money and fame doesn't mean that you have wisdom. I feel like wisdom, we should always pray God for wisdom because this man is lacking wisdom. Even the way he argues and the way he talks, there is nowhere in that conversation, there is nowhere that he's told Trizah that my wife, I'm ready to love you. And you know, Trizah challenged him and Trizah asked him, are you ready to divorce? Are you ready to separate with Carol for our marriage sake? Are you ready to separate with Carol? Because I am not going to leave. As Trizah, I am not going to leave. I'm not going to accept a second wife. I don't want you to have a second wife. I don't want us to be 2. Mr. Wonderful said, no, that is not possible. She's my wife. I cannot leave her. I have paid dowry. And Trizah said, I was not aware you paid dowry. When did you pay dowry? You did not tell me. So Carango showed up and told Trizah, when Trizah confronted him, you know, about the second wife, Carango told her, sorry, this is how things are gonna go now. You have to accept things the way they are. Yes, I have a second wife. That is your problem now. You deal with it. And this is my second wife. This is my wife now. You are both my goat wives. Huh? So I feel like Carango is, I feel like he's very proud. He has ego, anajigonga kifua sana. And that's why I said he needs a lot of wisdom, because even if you're marrying a second wife, hey man, you need some sort of balance. You need to, your first wife, you don't want to let her go. You don't want to lose her. Then you have to be very clever. You have to make sure she's very comfortable. Guys, let me tell you, the first wife deserves that Harrier. She needs that Harrier. If you buy her the Harrier and give her all the love and attention and give her all that, she's not going to complain about a lot of things. But now she's missing everything. Your love, your attention, your whatever. All you are offering her is material things. And this man is very selfish. He's not offering her all these things under her name. Everything he's offering her, they are under Carango's name. So what does she have? If that man closes his eye today, God forbid, knock on the wood, he's not going to die because I say that. But if that man, kitu tu mfanyikia out there, what does Trizah has? Trizah, she opened up and said that Carango's family doesn't like her, even the mother. The mother-in-law. I'm not surprised, because when he paid dowry for this second wife, the mother was there, the family was there, and they supported this man. Why? Because he has money. Carango has money, has the fame. You think his family is going to argue with Carango and tell him, no, you cannot marry. Yeah, we believe in Trizah. What does Trizah have? Who is going to fight for her? Nobody is there to fight for her. And that's why Trizah came out here and talked to, and she had to find help from other people, because she's not finding help from the in-laws. I feel like when you're married, your support system should be your in-laws, because that's your family, you know? And she's not getting that support. She's not getting that help. And that's why she chose to look for help out there, out from other people. And some people, it's so sad that some women are talking like, this woman is so spoiled. She has everything. Why would you leave your matrimonial home because of sex, because of love, because of mujulus, because of all these things? Why would you leave your home? Can you imagine, to some women, love is not everything. Material things is everything. But you are just thinking about cows and goats. That's why Trizah has everything. She's not refusing. Carango is a provider. Carango has bought all these things. She's not denying that. She's saying, yes, he has done that. But where is the man I married? That is the question this woman is raising. Where is my husband? Where is the father of my kids? My kids need a present father. My 3 children does not, and men, what is wrong with you, men? So you are giving Trizah's child a present father figure. You are there full time for Trizah's child, but your biological kids, you are not there present. You are not there. Only a fool can do that. And I'm speaking that as a single mother. I have kids. But if a man shows up here and say, I'm going to stay with you and your children, and never shows up at his home, I'll be like, you must have a problem. You know? And it is so sad to see that Caro has never questioned this man. Because I'm your second wife, you have a first wife. How come you have never spent a night in her house? How come you have never? Is that fair? That's not fair. Even as a second wife, you should know you should know the limits. I feel like this is too much. You know, like this woman does not care for the first wife. If you are coming in as a second wife, you should be ready. You should be ready to share. You should be ready that this man has a family. You are coming into a family that is already there in existence. And now, because this man is showing up in your house every day, every single day, he's there with you, he's getting all the love and satisfaction from you, you have never questioned. Only somebody who is very selfish can do that. Well, obviously, Caro doesn't care and she doesn't give a damn as long as Carango is buying her flowers on Valentine and Trizah is running to out there for help and almost committed suicide. So sad. So guys, let me tell you, marriage is not all about chicken and cows and goats and houses and what. He cannot have all that. You know, at this point, Trizah is like, you know what? You can have all the things. I don't care. I can go and start afresh out there. I would rather be in a bed sitter and happy. And I believe I conquer with her. You know, and she demands her respect. This woman, second wife, does not respect her. Why? Because she shows up in the school to see her kids. Who dares to do that? You better not even go try see my kids when I'm alive. And Carango said, oh, I called you, simu yako ilikuwa mteja, and this kid needed this and this and this at school, so I had to send my wife, Carol, to go and take those things to the school. How dare you? And you know, and Trizah asked Carango, do you even know the kind of phone I use? What's the make and model of my phone? And Carango said, I don't know. And Trizah asked him, what phone does Carol, your second wife, use? And Carango said she's using an iPhone because we went to Phone Palace, I don't know, Phone Place, and she upgraded to iPhone 15 Pro Max, I don't know, Pro or Ultra. You know? Can you imagine, this man is so dumb, he can dare say that his second wife is driving a Harrier and is using an iPhone, while the first wife is driving a Demio and that is a Kadudu, and using a Mulika Mwizi. That first wife, she came to TikTok. You know what? There was a fundraiser on TikTok to fundraise for her to get a phone. Carango has been a brand ambassador to these phone companies. He has never asked his wife, do you need an upgrade? And you know what he said? He said, oh, wow, you said you want cows. Huh? So it's all about the cows. So Trizah should be happy with the cows and goats. Ha! Carango, let me tell you, you are very lucky that Trizah did not replace you. A lot of women will live in that home and replace you, and will never ever ask you any question. But Trizah is a born-again Christian. She's born and raised in church, and there is no way she's gonna be a cheater. And she asked Carango for a divorce. Hey, Carango said, I'm not giving you a divorce. Oh, how can I give you a divorce? How dare you ask for a divorce? I need you as my wife. Okay, Trizah said, you need me as your wife. Do you want to leave Carol for me? And Carango said, it is impossible. It is impossible. It is impossible. He said, then can I come and live in Carol's home? Tukae huko basi? And Carango said, how it is not possible. And you know, Carango said, you know what? Carango said, so Trizah, wawe utafanya nini if this child, Carol's child, come to meet the other kids? Can you imagine? How dare is he? So he's planning to have Trizah's child go meet the other kids without even Trizah's consent, without asking her feelings and her thoughts about it. Can you imagine? So anyway, Trizah came up with a lot of issues, and at some point, Carango called Trizah Duguyagu. Hey, my goodness, huh? Let me tell you guys, and I'm not gonna make this video too long. It is so sad that marriage issues are discussed on social media, but it is what it is. You know, Carango, he puts himself out there, like he helps he helps everybody. He's very supportive. He goes to India with the people he's helping, people who are seeking treatment. He's busy flying to India, taking people to different hospitals, while his wife is suffering even mentally abused. Mental abuse is very bad. Let me tell you guys, you think being abused is only to kuchapwa? Kuna mwanaume anaweza kukuchapa kiboko ya mental abuse. Can you imagine? You don't want to divorce your wife. Carango doesn't want to divorce Trizah, Carango doesn't want Trizah to leave his home, and he dare say, Trizah, if I am the problem, mimi nitakuondokea. I just want you to come home to the children and to our properties and to our cows and goats. No, who is going to take care of these things? If you are gone, Trizah, if I am the problem, I am going to walk away. If me, Carango, am the problem here, Trizah, I can assure you that I am gonna go and never look back. I will only come up, just show up to see how things are going. And you want her back, not because of love. You are not promising this woman love. All Trizah want to hear is, my wife, I am ready to come back full force as your husband. I'm gonna give you the conjugal rights. Every day, even if you want 3 times a day, I will be there, my wife. I am going to support you emotionally, financially. You know, Carango says that he shops for Trizah. Why are you shopping? Why are you shopping for this wife? He can go to Tuskys and other supermarkets and shop for herself. Trizah has money from the cows and goats. Pesa ya maziwa, she's getting 2,000 every week. I don't know, every day. But Trizah does not need that. Trizah needs a husband, someone to talk to. Can you imagine at the cold nights of July when it's so freezing cold, Carango is in Nairobi, ako bypass na bibi yake. But the first wife is suffering cold at night by her. Let me tell you guys, I'm a single mom. I'm single. And I can tell you, those nights hit you hard. If you think us like single women, we don't miss to have that affection, sometimes we do. Sometimes you just miss to have someone to talk to. Sometimes you just miss to have that affection. Sometimes you miss that man, that present father. Even as single moms, we miss and we wish to have a present dad to our children. Not a man that is only showing up for 2 hours and then boom, he's gone. And the most painful part is he's gone with another woman in the second wife. You know, let me tell you guys, in Kenya, it is legal to marry 2 wives. But balance it. If you're gonna marry a second wife, better play it cool, because not a lot of women are willing to have to share. And if as a man you have to have a second wife, then balance it. Make sure the first wife is very, very comfortable. Comfortable. And number one thing, make sure your first wife is not starving. Because if your first wife is starving, and not kwa tumbo, kwa ako na mahitaji yake. If the first wife is starving love, you are not giving the love. You know, I saw a post. I went on Facebook and I searched Karo Kim, and I could see how she's so proud that Carango bought her flowers for Valentine. So this man is able to love. I saw the words that Carango posted for this woman, and I was like, wow, so Carango knows how to love. Trizah is 34. How are you gonna tell me that a 34-year-old deserves that kind of treatment? She needs her man. It is so sad. It's unfortunate. So even your child ilikuwa, matokeo ilikuwa hiyo. Trizah said she wanted divorce, but people told her, Trizah, don't make that decision in a rush. Take your time. Think about it before you say you want a divorce. Think about everything and then come back and tell your man what you want. Nobody made a decision for Trizah. By the way, the people who keep saying that, oh, Trizah anasikiza watu wamtoe kwake, nobody is making that decision for Trizah. Everybody is like, you know what, Trizah, you are a wise woman. All we are going to do is empowering you, and all we are going to do to you is to kufungue macho, girl. Open your eyes. And guys, we all need that one friend who can have our back. You know, like how Tata Essie and the rest of the TikTok family, they have her back. And the women out here, we are supporting her. I don't care about those people who are not supporting her. Women who are not supporting a fellow woman just because they are cows and goats. Shamelessly. Anyway, let me not keep repeating it. All I'm going to say is, may God see them through. For me, I'm like, if they ever solve the issue, the better. You know, the better. If Trizah ever and Carango ever solve it and, you know, have a solution to it and they can work it out, the better. By the way, even if I'm posting these things here, I'm not celebrating them to divorce. I'm not like really wanting them to divorce. That's not what I want. For me, what I want is they can find, Trizah can be happy. Either divorced or single, I want her happy. And if she can be heard and she can be listened to and she can be given her rights, that is what we want. And Carango to put some respect in Trizah's name. And Carango to know that Trizah Dobeto Nadoro, she has blood and in her body and water. And she has those feelings, and for them to be respected. Okay, they got married when they were both in church and virgins, and guess what? A second wife was not an option. I mean, was not in the topic. It was not in agreement. So why bring her now? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it there. Take care of yourselves. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. I love you all.